So share with the audience a little bit when it comes to identifying who should be your best investors to go after. What are some of the considerations that you teach others to take in?
Yeah, it's a really good question. I think you have to be who you are. So if you have training as a pilot, like that might be part of your avatar. If you were a school teacher, that could be part of your avatar. If you have kids, that could be part of your avatar. Figure out like who you are and then incorporate that into who you want to target. I actually have two different avatars that I'm targeting. Is it okay if I share my screen?
Yeah, of course.
So can you see it okay now?
Yep. Uh-huh.
So really, these are my two avatars. Jason, he's in his 60s, late stages of his professional career. He's an executive, has multiple kids, he has a large IRA balance because he's been working for a lot of years. He's been investing in stocks, but has heard about alternatives and never really experienced an opportunity before. He's tested the waters with real estate. Maybe he's owned a rental or two, but he wants to go bigger. He has lots of wealthy, qualified friends that probably, after testing one of her deals, would also draw it in. In the world of real estate syndications, people who have these large IRA balances, it's one of the easiest places to deploy funds into. And typically, people who are in their later stages of their careers that are earning good money have those kind of substantial balances. When I was 16, my mom had me start a Roth IRA, and I really got my start investing in syndications by converting my Roth IRA into a self-directed. But Jason is one of
Mhm.
my target avatars. And with that data, I'm also drilling down into what are his pain points? What is he frustrated with? Who is he currently using to manage his resources? Is he just an index fund type of guy? Does he have a financial advisor? These are the things that I'm testing. And then I'm targeting guys who are Jason in the different tools that I use to target. Ryan, he's my second avatar. He's early 40s, multiple kids. He's previously invested in real estate, like a single family. He's tired of being a landlord. He wants really passive income. Now that he has kids, he just doesn't have time to manage everything he used to. He desires for a spouse to stay home. He's faith driven. He's financially stable enough to stop working, but he does it really out of passion. And he's motivated by a deeper purpose. Ryan is in a different stage in his career, so he's probably not making as much as Jason, but he's tested the waters. Maybe he wants to roll those first investment properties into something else. But I think people don't often do the hard work of quantifying who they're actually targeting and putting themselves in their shoes. Because now, with this profile for Ryan and Jason, I can go to Sales Navigator and figure out, okay, what groups are these types of people in? And where are they geographically located? And what's their job title? And have they posted on social media recently? And I can specifically target those people, and we can get into that too. That's really my flow for how I attract new investors. But the beautiful part when you really take the time to identify who your avatar is you can really put yourself in their shoes and figure out like who they are. And you can often get your avatars by your current investor network. So these are literally two guys in my investor network named Ryan and Jason. Those aren't actually their pictures, that's AI generated. But I actually use their name because I'm every time I think about Jason, I can think of all my conversations I've had with Jason. And when I think about Ryan, I
Mm.
think about all my conversations with Ryan, and I know what groups and associations, different things that they're a part of, and what are they frustrated with? How can I help solve their problem? And for Ryan, his financial advisor met with him maybe once a year, didn't really connect with him, never really offered any substantial relationship with him, placed him in some target funds and whatever the auto generated portfolio mix was. So he wanted a little bit more personal care, and he's heard about some of his friends investing in alternatives and real estate, and he wanted to try his hand at it. So he tested the waters and he dipped his toes in a little bit, and he saw how good the returns were, and now he's unleashed and moved a lot of his portfolio into alts.
Very cool. I love that. Yeah, you have not just one, but two. Now, I can totally see Ryan being your avatar. It matches you very well. How did Jason make it to be on your avatar?
Jason was a connection of Orion, honestly. He forwarded the email to someone that was in his men's group that met on Friday mornings. He heard that Jason was interested in real estate and we had already connected. So it was literally a connection point. And I got on a call and it was Jason and two of his friends. So it was a three for one opportunity. in that first connection with Jason. And now Jason has brought in several other of his other Jason types of friends. And hopefully that continues to grow. When you serve people and that you put on the mindset of how can I serve this person, you do as good of a job as you can do. It's not always going to be a home run, but even if it's a triple or a double or a single, if you under promise and over deliver with people and you fight for them, then you can really win them over. So I've done 12 syndication opportunities now. I'm on number 13. The webinar I'm leading for today is to talk about number 13. And 11 of them have gone really well. One was mediocre, and Jason happened to be in that mediocre one. But I fought for him and I went above and beyond what I needed to do. And that winning for him in terms of over communication and fighting to make things happen that needed to happen produced more referrals and connections. So it's interesting that when you go into being a fund manager with the lens of how can I serve people, it's not always going to be investment dollars, but it might be a referral or it might be a connection that's going to serve you in terms of raising more capital.
Yeah, I totally agree there in servicing people. And so, yeah, you just never know where that relationship's gonna go. And so, yeah, always put your best foot forward in serving others. So take us through once you know your avatar, you mentioned using Sales Navigator as the next step to find them. If you can share your screen, we can kind of walk us through that process.
Yeah, sure. A Sales Navigator, it's $100 a month. I'm not sure if your audience already has it or not, but I highly recommend it. It's a very helpful tool.
Yeah, most of them probably do. Most listeners, actually, I'm not sure. At least they have LinkedIn for sure, but I don't know if they necessarily have Sales
It's
Navigator.
worth at least trying out because you never know what you can do. Typically, they offer a little bit of a free trial too. So you're really just kind
Hmm.
of looking for who are your people. So here's one kind of search credential that I'm looking for. So I've got different company headcounts. I've got some different job titles that I'm looking for. Typically, I'm looking for second and third degree connections. I'm searching for posted on LinkedIn. This is in the last 30 days, have they posted? And then are they a part of certain groups? You can click down into a specific geographic location. You can search based on the company, all these different types of things. So what I would do is I would do 50 blind connection requests per day. So I'll just go through and try to connect with those people. So my funnel is 50 connection requests a day. Typically 30 people will respond. And the cool thing about LinkedIn is you can actually go into your profile and you can see who has viewed your profile. This is one of the best places to figure out who these people are. Maybe some people on this call right
Mm.
now are going on LinkedIn and saying,
Yep.
Who's this Nick Stromwall guy?" But what's cool is you can see it works, right? When you send that blind connection request, your profile should really be your best sales pitch. If you Google your first and last name, typically, if you're posting on LinkedIn or social media regularly, that's going to show up first. So make your landing page so simple that when people click on it, it's so clear who you are, what you do, and who you help, right? So I help faith-driven leaders multiply their money and impact. It's really clear. That's my target avatar, what I'm trying to do, one call to action, join my investor club. And that's what people are landing on and doing. So typically out of those 50 connection requests, 30 accept my request. We'll start conversations with all 30 of those people. 15 and 20 may be interested in having a conversation. The people that reply back, my flow is to send them a LinkedIn voice message. So you guys should write this down. This is one of my hot
Mm.
tips of the day. Kondo app, Kondo. It's one of my favorite tools right now, Kondo. It declutters your LinkedIn inbox and uses a technology to pull in all your LinkedIn messages. You can send LinkedIn voice messages to people, those little 1 minute messages. And I found just saying a quick message, "Hey, it's Nick. Thanks so much for accepting my friend request. I help people multiply their money and impact. Here's my quick story. Former college pastor was looking for a way to help support some of these students and being generous. Started my hand at single family and multifamily rentals, was successful, but as I started having kids, I just didn't have the time to manage it. Then I heard about these commercial real estate syndications where you can commit your capital to a trusted partner and sit back and get quote unquote mailbox money. It's been awesome. Here's what I like about it. It helps people get the triple win, just like baseball: cash flow, appreciation, and tax savings. Would love to jump on a call. Here's my little 1 minute intro video. If you're interested, let's continue the conversation. Right. So it's really clear. I'm calling people, hey, if you want to learn more about passive investing, here's my 1 minute free video. I have a free email education sequence you can click on and get more information. 50, 30 conversations, maybe 10 of those, I'll get into a LinkedIn voice message. And out of those 10, typically 1 to 4 might turn into a booked call of someone who's interested to take the next step. And out of those 50, I might get maybe one investor. So
Hmm.
50, 30, 10, down to one investor. And then investor usually isn't like that week. It's usually like somewhere between 1 and 5 months from now. But I put them into my CRM and start the nurture process of letting them to understand more about my story and hear more about who I am. So Sales Navigator is so powerful. And it's good to
Yeah.
remember that you have your sales messenger inbox over here, but then you also have your LinkedIn inbox over here. I used to do all my messaging in the LinkedIn Sales Navigator messaging. And I found that as quickly as you can get people over to the LinkedIn Messenger side, it's better because one, you're actually connected with the person, and two, you can send those voice texts or you can upload a video or a picture, and it's a lot easier to connect with that person.